Welcome back to Tesla Ben. On this full self-driving, we're going to be going from the mall back home. Right now we're in the parking lot. I'm going to start the FSD. We do have someone next to me who's just exiting their vehicle, so it is waiting for them. And now they are gone. Slowly backing up here. No other cars coming along. Great job backing out. The parking lot is covered in snow. As a human, I probably would have just gone straight through those parking spots. But it is driving exactly where it should be driving, rather than through the parking spots. And it's doing a nice safe speed. Ensure that it could stop if someone, or a child ran out in front. Turning left here. And turning left again. And another left. It's the middle of the day, so there's not too much traffic. We're just going to creep out here so we can see if anyone's coming from the right, which it's clear. There isn't a lot of traffic. As I said, it's midday. We probably won't encounter too much or any congestion at all on the way home. It's a bit of a mix in terms of some mall street driving and then going on to a couple of highways and then into a residential area. This is full self-driving version 14.2.2.2 and today is January 5th, 2026. I think that's the first time I've said 2026 this year. We'll go down here a little ways before heading onto the highway, which heads south. As you can see, there's snow, but the roads are in good condition. And right now I've got it set to the standard driving profile. It's doing slightly less than the speed limit, which is probably the safest option given that the roads could be a little slippery. And we have a bit of a clover leaf here to enter the highway, so a big sweeping right-hand turn. There tends to be quite a few smaller potholes on this section. Let's see if the car tries to avoid them. From my experience, it doesn't do that. I'm going to press the accelerator slightly because it can go a little bit faster around here. But it did a nice job of hitting some of those potholes. Nothing too big or dangerous though. So here we are entering the highway. It's 110 kilometers an hour, so we are speeding up now. It's gonna move over a lane, but it actually doesn't have to. So there's really no need for it to be moving over into this lane. because we'll be taking the next exit, which we can take the exit using this lane, but we will need the right hand lane at some point, and so it's moving back over now. So a slight fail, if you want to call it that, where it really didn't need to change lanes. And if there was lots of traffic, then that just would have been a weird move. And taking the right hand exit here onto another highway. Looks like the person behind me is in a bit of a hurry, but they're a little distracted. And, I mean, they're manually driving their car, which seems just obsolete now once you've had full self-driving. So they're doing something maybe on their cell phone, and they're also having to drive their car at the same time. So quite unsafe. I can see all of that, because I got the car driving and I'm just making sure it's driving safely. We are moving over to the next lane to the left, and technically we can stay in this lane until our exit, so let's see what the car does. On this highway, the speed limit's 100 kilometers an hour, or around 60 miles per hour. And we're doing about 105, which is very reasonable. Most other drivers will probably be doing anywhere from 105 up to 110 normally on this road when it's, you know, dry and clear and good driving conditions. There's the driver who was getting distracted behind me, just passing me there. I don't think anyone has any idea that my car is driving me to my destination. I'm sure they'd be jealous if they knew that. Right now, well, it's actually fairly cold today in Canada where I live. It's minus 15 degrees Celsius, and for a Fahrenheit conversion I think it's around 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Not entirely sure, but it's quite chilly out today. This is our exit, and so we'll be going into the residential areas quite shortly. I found that Tesla's full self-driving does choose this lane, even though there are two lanes. We'll be turning left, a dual turn, and really it could just stay in the right-hand lane because we'll be turning right eventually. So by choosing this lane, it then has to change lanes from this left-hand lane to the right-hand lane, which is an additional step that it really didn't need to do. But I don't know why it does tend to do that when it's exiting off that highway. The neural network really should have the intelligence to understand that, okay, further up here, I'm going to be turning right, so I will take the right-hand lane at that traffic light, rather than what it did was take the left-hand lane and then turn and then move over into the right-hand lane, which is perfectly acceptable. It's just one additional step that there was really no need for. And if it was congested with lots of cars, then, you know, you would have to move over and wait for a space, which was would be unnecessary. This road has a speed limit of 60 kilometers an hour, and it's doing 60 kilometers an hour. Most cars will probably do a little bit higher than that, which we're seeing a few cars passing. And we're turning right at the traffic lights. And again, it went right through the pothole. Just a small one. But as a human, I would have just gone around that pothole. Because you never know how big they're going to be. And turning left here into the residential. Usually I have it set to park in my driveway. Oftentimes it just goes and parks on my neighbor's driveway. So this time I'm gonna select park on the street, and we'll see what it decides to do. It'll be a little tricky because I live in a cul-de-sac which really doesn't have a lot of street parking. Okay, entering the cul-de-sac. We do have a car just parked in the middle. Probably a delivery, or who knows. I don't know what it's doing. But this is a good test to see what the Tesla decides to do. It looks like it's just going to wait. I don't think anyone's in that car. I'm going to press the accelerator and just see if it does something. No. I think it's going to wait here. So I'm going to end the drive now, because I don't know how long I'm going to be waiting. Oh, no. Well, the Tesla has decided that that car is just going to stay there. Oh, it actually did have a person in there. But they were just going to stay there and not move. And we're going to park on the street here. And we do need to get closer to the curb, which it's doing right now. Well, went up on the curb there, so I'm gonna say this is the end of the drive, and we will catch up with you on our next one.